A group of parents who have lost their children gathered on the street, holding signs and showing pictures of their missing children to passerbys, hoping to get information about their abducted children. One mother holds up a sign and cries, "They took you away. How can just snatch children like this?" Another father, overwhelmed by grief, weeps incessantly, while a volunteer nearby tries to console him. This weeping father says his baby's name is Rao Chen, and he is 31 years old this year. The onlookers are deeply saddened, unable to comprehend why someone would want to buy someone else's child. They believe that it is precisely because of trafficking that so many children go missing.
My child, I hope you come out for a blood test. I hope you come to find me soon. I've been searching hard for you. Hope you come back quickly. I've already grown grey hair during all this time I've been looking for you.
In Guizhou, her 11-month-old son was stolen from her home, and after 29 years of searching without success, this mother breaks down in tears in front of the camera, hoping her son will come home soon. A father searching for his child kneels and breaks down in tears. "I've been looking for my baby for 29 years without any news." A pair of parents, after finding their son who went missing 35 years ago, break down in tears, even fainting several times. Under the rule of Chinese Communist Party, child trafficking is frequent but remains uncurbed, with countless families enduring the tragedy of missing children. Recently, a multi-billion yuan birth certificate resale case was exposed in China and continues to cause effervesce. Several hospitals have been exposed for selling babies and using birth certificates to whitewash the identities of purchased children, forming a benefit chain. Regular hospitals have become accomplices in child trafficking, and official government health departments have become a protective umbrella for trafficking and kidnapping children, which is the main reason why the evil of human trafficking in China will never disappear. On November 6, mainland anti-trafficking activist Shuangguang Zhengyi revealed on Weibo that after working undercover for over a year, he obtained evidence that the hospital director of Hubei Xiaoyang Zhenxiao Hospital has been colluding with online intermediaries using the Douyin platform to sell birth certificates for nearly 100,000 yuan to whitewash the identities of purchased children. During his undercover work, he posed as a buyer wanting to purchase a baby and connected with an online intermediary. The intermediary told him that the buyers will only need to provide identity information and pay 96,000 yuan, and the hospital will handle it like a normal birth process, including all of the details of prenatal examinations, hospitalization, delivery, and discharge. By forging a complete set of information, clients can take the purchased child to the hospital to collect foot and blood samples, and then obtain a birth certificate, with the entire process taking more than 7 days to complete. If they cannot bring the child to the hospital or foot and blood sample collection, an additional 10,000 yuan is required, and then the hospital will arrange for another infant to be collected. This is a recording of Shuangguang Zhengyi conversation with the online intermediary. "I can guarantee that this birth certificate is real. It cannot be fake. We can do it, but it takes a few days. It costs 96,000 yuan. You can complete the household registration first and then pay later. Out of this 96,000 yuan, 60,000 goes to the director, and the rest is shared among all the staff in the delivery room." The other party repeatedly emphasizes that this kind of transaction is usually overseen by the director personally. "It will be just like if you had given birth here. All the information on the certificate would be real. September 12th at 2 p.m. is the time of a trial birth. What's in front of us is a real birth case record. We signed a lot of papers which should be supplemented according to the normal hospitalization information. The baby was discharged on the 4th day. and born on the 7th floor. Just say Dr. Li was your doctor. If they ask why you gave birth here, just say you were doing business here. Then had a sudden labor, and a friend recommended you to come. We found many kidnapped children, and the buyers of the children can all produce real birth certificates and complete legal household registrations. So this link of buying and selling birth certificate is a huge obstacle in combating the crime of kidnapping women and children. Shuangguang Zhengyi also revealed that the hospital provides a complete set of vaccination records following the normal newborn vaccination process, including records of hepatitis B and other vaccines, injection dates, vaccine manufacturers, and batch numbers. In a hidden camera, Director Yi, while admitting we are committing a capital crime and acknowledging the enormous risk, personally promoted and fabricated fake birth certificates. From admission records to various examinations, birth records, vaccination certificates, and interconnected system documents, everything needed by the traffickers was provided. It's clear that Director Ye understood the illegality of her actions, but for financial gain, she chose to take the risk. All was captured by the hidden camera.
我们犯的是死罪。
We are committing a capital crime. This method carries a great risk. It's like the child was born here with real admissions and discharges, then 3 networks, a birth certificate network, vaccination network, a birth network are all covered. You came to the right person. The director involved in selling birth certificate is Ye Yu-ji, a graduate of Yunnan Medical College. She's not only the director of Hubei Xiangyang Zhenxiao Hospital, but also the vice president of the Xiangyang Women's Entrepreneurs Association. The hospital, formerly Xiangyang 102 Hospital, and originally a public hospital by the Hubei Provincial Industrial Construction Group, became a private hospital after restructuring in 2011. With nearly 200 beds, it is a comprehensive hospital with departments like gynecology, obstetrics, pediatrics, internal medicine, and surgery. In 2017, it was officially renamed Xiangyang Zhenqiao Hospital with a registered capital of about $1.1 million. According to Chinese media reports, after the hospital's transformation into a private institution, Ye became its director and major shareholder, owning 80% of the shares. The hospital became the third-ranked hospital in Xiangyang for the number of newborns, partially due to its aggressive marketing team and a tight network for obtaining pregnant women's information. 13 years ago, Dr. Ye was sentenced to 5 months of detention for illegally determining fetal sex and performing illegal abortions. While in detention, she wrote a letter of repentance, acknowledging the damage of her image as a white angel, but this did not stop her continued criminal activities. Surprisingly, the investigation revealed that processing birth certificate was just a side business for Xiangyang Zhenqiao Hospital, indicating larger illegal trade activities. According to Shuangguang Zhengyi undercover investigation, Dr. Ye had mentioned that the hospital's main business was surrogacy, and birth certificate processing was secondary. The online intermediaries claimed that they not only sold but also bought babies. They mentioned that pregnant college students who didn't want their babies could be referred to them to find buyers. The main source of the sold babies was the hospital itself, which would inform the intermediaries upon acquiring a baby, who would then use the Douyin platform to find customers. Shuangguang Zhengyi revealed that in September of that year, the hospital sold a baby for 118,000 yuan to a customer in Sichuan, and in October another baby was sold for 160,000 yuan to a customer in Guangdong. It willingly giving babies was insufficient. The hospital resorted to other unknown methods. A mother online claimed that she gave birth to a healthy baby at the hospital, but was told post-delivery that the baby had died. After seeing this news, she suspected her baby might have been sold. I've already reported this to the police, just waiting for them. They just won't give access to the records. One blames the other. Everyone is passing the buck. Before the expose on November 6, whistleblower Shuangguang Zhengyi had reported the situation to the Xiangyang Health Commission, requesting to see Director Zhao Xu, but was refused by the office staff. Later, he went to Zhenqiao Hospital, urging Ye Youji and her criminal associates to turn themselves in. However, Dr. Ye did not respond, and her associates refused to surrender. This suggests that the involved departments are not limited to the hospital and might include official government departments. Not only in Hubei, Xiangyang, but Guangdong, Foshan, Fuajia Maternity Hospital was also recently exposed for colluding with intermediaries and traffickers to sell birth certificates. On November 7th, anti-trafficking activist Shuang Guangzhengyi exposed the hospital's scheme in a Douyin video. He revealed that the hospital, upon having pregnant women nearly delivering, would find buyers to pose as pregnant women for a prenatal checkups and registration. These women would then use the information of previously registered pregnant women for delivery. Most of these women were surrogates, and the children born only needed a paternity test to be registered and obtained the corresponding birth certificates. According to Business Information, Foshan Fuajia Maternity Hospital has been administratively penalized 6 times, 5 of which were by health commissions and medical security departments. On April 25th of that year, a typical case of violation of medical insurance funds by Foshan Fuajia Maternity Code Ltd. was exposed. Inspections by the Foshan Medical Security Bureau in 2022 found that the hospital had overcharged and other illegal activities, leading to a penalty in December 2022, ordering the hospital to collect its illegal actions. The hospital needed to pay 133,281 yuan, about 18,000 US dollars, for medical insurance funds and pay a fine of 146,610 yuan, about 20 US thousand dollars. Under the rule of the Chinese Communist Party, hospitals like these continue to operate normally. Incredibly, the director of such a hospital, Zhang Mingshen, managed to establish and serve as the head of the orthopedic department and director of 3 hospitals in Hunan and Qingyuan, Guangdong. He was published over 20 medical papers in national core journals, received 7 provincial and municipal scientific research grants, and holds 3 national patents. He was twice honored as a top professional talent by the Qingyuan municipal government and party committee, a fact that now seems almost absurd. Shuang Guangzhengyi has also exposed that the trafficking of birth certificates, in addition to being revealed in Hubei, Guangdong, and Guangxi, also involves Beijing, Shandong, Sichuan, Gansu, and other places with the trafficked and sold children already registered as residents. As early as 2021, many official and public hospitals in Weifang, Shandong, were also suspected of participating in the business of selling babies. In China, birth certificates are a crucial basis for citizens to declare nationality and household registration, serving as one of the safeguards against crimes. According to the regulations by the Chinese Health Commission, birth certificates are issued by a healthcare institution only after verifying and copying the original valid identity documents of the newborn's parents. What alarming it is that legal safeguard is now being breached by the trafficking of birth certificates. A netizen, Zhi Ming Cloud Storage, commented, "What a terrifying it is, not that the hospital dare to do this, but that you don't know how many hospitals dare to do this. Because apart from the child being fictitious, all the procedures are real and valid." Another user pointed out that this situation gives young people another reason to fear having children. You never know whether your child is dead or has been sold or even switched. A mainland doctor, Dr. Lu, revealed to the media from the director of the doctors, they have already established a rule. After issuing a birth certificate, doctors also get a commission. For money, they form a benefit chain. He also stated that for money, they would dare to do anything and everything. The audacity of these actions reflect why the crimes of kidnapping and trafficking will never disappear in China. A mainland lawyer familiar with the dark side of China revealed to the media that in a society devoid of morals and ethics, the law becomes just a tool for officials to oppress the people. He said, "Sometimes I get a glimpse of it. It's unimaginably chaotic and dark. It's just that under the massive scale of the society, it's covered up, and people don't know. These kinds of things are not rare. For money, for benefit, for power, they will stop at nothing." Former professor at Capital Normal University Li Yuanhua also commented on the issue, suggesting that doctors participating in the trafficking of birth certificates and infant reveal a fundamental flaw in the CCP's efforts to combat human trafficking. While claiming to fight against kidnapping, the system's loopholes are designed for the corrupt and lawless. He pointed out that the moral degradation of doctors under the CCP rule, lacking medical ethics and committing heinous acts, is a result of the CCP's destruction of traditional Chinese culture. This issue is not confined to obstetrics and pediatrics, but it is evident in every industry.